Mr. Hendon, do you think there is a racial segregation in New York?
Oh, definitely, there is racial segregation in New York. In many ways that it's inconspicuous, but if you look closely, you'll find it. And
In which field? In housing, employment?
housing, employment, recreation, and everything else.
And segregation in housing, if you like to have an apartment somewhere, is it difficult?
It is difficult. You must, unless you are a person that has a very high income, you just can't go anywhere here in New York and get an apartment. If they pretend that they will rent your apartment, they make the rent so high that you actually couldn't afford it. And before you know it, the entire neighborhood is all Negroes because the whites move out. And that automatically makes the Negro population, you say, predominantly all, because the whites move out. Then that automatically throws the schools to be predominantly Negro, you see?
Yes.
So that's why they are trying to fight this business of making them integrate the schools.
Do you think that in New York, for instance, the majority of white people are racist?
Or what?
Racist, are practicing segregation?
I think there may be people who feel that they aren't racist, but when it comes close to like living next door to you, that they do show it. And if I think in jobs too, they may feel fearful when the Negro strives to get to a higher level. I think they may feel that it's threatening them economically.
So you think that white American people have an interest in acting like that?
Have an interest? I think they feel threatened by it. They feel insecure, and they try to keep the Negro back, I think, as far as jobs and housing are concerned.
What do you think of Harlem?
Harlem is a place that most Negroes has found a refuge from some of the segregation that is here in New York. It's like being all together. Yet most of the places in Harlem is not owned by Negroes. It is owned by whites, predominantly Jewish. And it is ran by the Negroes. So therefore, they feel more like it's their own, which it really isn't.
Are you from Harlem?
I was born in Harlem.
Do you like Harlem?
Yes and no.
Uh,
I like it because, well, I was born here, for one. Wherever you're born, you learn to love. And I learned a lot of things here that I wouldn't have learned if I wasn't born in a Negro neighborhood. And then I don't like it because there's a lot of slum areas. I was born in one of the slum areas, 116th Street on Lenox Avenue. And I don't like it because when you say you come from Harlem, it seems as though you're putting yourself down the social ladder.
Do you think if a majority of Negroes live in Harlem, is it because they are forced to live here or because they like it?
Some are forced to live here because of their economic standards. Others like to live here because they don't think they could be safe any other place.
Do you think that the Civil Rights Bill is adequate, is enough?
As it stands now, it is adequate. But the hard problem is, will the Southern senators let it pass as it stands? I think some of them would rather be dead than to see it pass as it stands now.
What could happen if the bill doesn't pass?
It would be larger demonstrations by the Negro, and I believe it would become more violent than in the past because they are looking for this bill to pass, and that's what they're hoping on now. And if it doesn't, it could lead to a little civil war right here in America because that's how much the Negroes want this bill to pass.
As a Negro, do you feel American?
Yes, that I can't deny that I feel none other than American because I spent 4 years in the armed services and I came back and I found things that being in the service I thought would help out. as far as the country is concerned. There are things that make me feel sometimes that I wish I wasn't, but without a doubt, I am American.